Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is Clarice Lim. Today I'm going to go through with you fractions. Okay, I'm not going to teach you the basics of fractions though, because what I want to achieve from this short video will be to give you the more not frequently seen questions, but you will need to know how to deal with them in exam papers. Okay, so we go straight to those questions that you might find difficulty handling, and it involves fraction. So in this video, I'm assuming you already know how to do basic fraction from P3 level onwards. Okay, so the questions that is going to be shared in this video actually involves questions from P3 all the way to P6. Okay, so this will benefit everybody, right? So fractions unraveled. How many thirds are there? Very frequently asked questions, but a lot of students actually are not experienced in handling this kind of question. So I have many scenarios over here I'm going to show you. Direct questions. When they ask you how many thirds, they show you exactly how many thirds there are. What do I mean? Okay, so they give you in a proper fraction. They tell you this is 2/3. So how many thirds are there in 2/3? In the English form, 2/3. How many thirds are there? 2. That's the answer, right? So basically, that's what they are asking you for. They are asking you for the numerator. Out of the 3, how many thirds? If you imagine the bar is cut into 3 parts, okay, and 2 of them is shaded. So how many 1/3s are there? 2 1/3s are shaded. Imagine it that way. So that's what the question is asking for, right? Math is really a language thing, isn't it? So 2/3, how many thirds? 2. It's answered. Okay, improper fraction, let's say they give you a 7/3, so improper because the top numerator is bigger than the denominator. So therefore, what is the third? How many thirds are there? So it's 7/3. That's all, isn't it? Okay, so if they ask you what is how many thirds are there, based on the mixed number that they gave you. So how do you deal with this kind of question? The thing is, you need to convert the mixed number into improper fraction. Why? Because so that you can totally see what is how many thirds are there on top. That makes it very easy. Okay, so how do you convert mixed number to improper fraction? You will need to do it this way. There is 4 wholes of thirds. Imagine it this way. 4 pizzas, you cut them into 3 parts each. Okay, so 1 pizza, 3, 1 pizza, 3, 1 pizza, 3, 1 pizza, 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 4 times of 3, you get 12. And then there is this little part outside, that's 2/3. Okay, this 2/3 doesn't make up 1 pizza, but it's just 2 pieces over there. So how many pieces did you have just now? You have 12 plus 2, 14. So how do you convert mixed number into improper fraction? Very basic, very simple. You can remember it this way. 3 times 4 plus 2. Okay, it's always the same pattern. This one, denominator times the whole number, because the whole number tells you how many of that parts you want from each pizza. Remember? So it's 4 times 3 is 12, right? And then you have plus 2 bits over there. Therefore, you get 14. So how many thirds are there? 14, right? Sometimes they are more indirect. They don't give you the thirds over there, but they are asking you for how many thirds there are. So they give you answer like 2/6. How many thirds are there in 2/6? There's no third, Mrs. Wee. You may be asking, there's no third. So what must you do? Very simple. You just simplify it, convert the denominator into the thirds that you want. How to make 6 into a third? Divide by 2. Correct? So divide by 2, divide by 2. When you divide by 2 for the denominator, you must do the same for the numerator. Therefore, you divide by 2. 2 divided by 2, you get 1. So how many thirds are there? 1/3. Okay? Improper fraction, 8/6, same thing. Okay, do the same thing. They didn't give you third. You get the third yourself. 6 divided by 2, you get 3. You do the same for numerator. 8 divided by 2, you get 4. So how many thirds are there? 4. Right? Mixed number, same thing. Convert into improper. Okay, so 6 times, there is 4 times of 6 pieces. And then there is 2 pieces extra over there. So 6 times 4, you get 24. 24 plus 2, 26. So there are 26 pieces of 6. Okay, so, but there is no thirds yet. So you need to further convert. Divide by 2, divide by 2, you get 13 thirds. So how many thirds are there? 13. Okay, let's try this on your own. How many 6 are there in each of these, okay? You can pause the video here, write the answer down on the piece of paper, okay? On your own, pause the video. I shall continue over here. So over here, how many 6 are there? 2. 2, 6. How many 6? 2. 7, 6. How many 6? 7. Okay? 4 whole, 2 over 6. What must you do? Convert into improper. 6 times 4, 24. 24 plus 2, 26. 26 sixths. How many sixths are there? 26. 2 over 12, you don't have 6 over there. What must you do? Convert into 6 then. 12, how to convert into 6? Divide by 2. So divide by 2 on the denominator, divide by 2 the same for numerator. You get 1 over 6. Okay, therefore the answer is 1 over 6. How many 6 are there? 1. Again, 22 over 12, there is no 6. What must you do? Divide by 2, divide by 2, you get 11 over 6. Therefore, how many 6 are there? 11. Am I going too fast? In order to get 6, you need to divide by 2. And you do the same for numerator. That's how you get 11. So same thing over here, mixed number, you must convert it into improper fraction. So 12 times 4 is 48. 48 plus 2, 50. 50 over 12, no 6 yet. Continue to further divide. 12 divided by 2, you get 6. Do the same for numerator. 50 divided by 2, you get 25. 25 sixths. How many sixths are there? 25. Okay, I hope you understand how to answer this kind of question now. Let's go on to another type. Very, very common question. Find the missing number. The missing number is here. Okay, just let me draw it out for you so that you know. So there is a missing number here, and there is a missing number here. So how do you find them? Very simple. So you might get stuck. You might think, oh, 4 and 14. How do I get 4 into 14? And you will start thinking, you start panicking. Oh, I cannot get 4 into 14. How do I get these answers there? And you get stuck and you skip the question and you miss the point. Don't panic. What you can do is 2 and 14. You see that 14 is a multiple of 2. What is the multiple that you multiply with? 7. Okay, so if 2 times 7, you get 14. You need to do the same for denominator, isn't it? Everything that you do for numerator, you must do the same for the denominator, and vice versa. So if you times 7 to get 14, you can easily times 7 at the bottom to get 28. Correct? Then now you look at this. Okay, how do I get this? Work backwards. How do I get from 28 to 14 in the first place? It's divide by 2. Very good. So divide by 2, I get 14. So do the same for the numerator. Always do the same thing. Denominator and numerator must have the same action. Okay, because they're the same bar. If you cut the denominator up, you're cutting the numerator up as well, isn't it? So it must always be the same thing. Divide by 2 below, divide by 2 on top, you get answer 7. That's it, right? So no need to panic. Let's try another question. You may pause the video here and try this on your own. I shall continue. So 9 into 6. Oh, we cannot get 9 to turn into 6. We can't divide, we can't times. What should we do? Don't worry. 3, you can times 4 to get 12. Correct? Okay, so 3 times 4 is 12, so do the same for 9. 9 times 4, you get 36. That's the answer. And how do you get from 36 to 6? Divide by 6. Divide by 6, you get 6, and 12 divided by 6, you get answer 2. Voila. Got it? Try another 2. Pause the video here and try this on your own. And I shall continue. So, same thing, 6 cannot get to 21. Go from the top 8, how to get to 28 times 7. Okay, you do the same for the denominator, 6 times 7, 42. How do you get from 42 to 21? 42 divided by 2, you get 21. Do the same for the numerator, 28 divided by 2, you get 14. Did you get a correct answer? Well done. Okay, 8, we can't get to 20, so we work from 6 to 30. 6, how to get to 30? Times 5, right? Okay, times 5, we do the same below. 8 times 5 is 40. How do you get from 40 to 20? Divide by 2. Divide by 2, and on top, divide by 2, you get answer 15. Easy, isn't it? Okay, so now you don't have to be afraid of this kind of questions anymore. Now we move on to another type. These are P6 questions already, okay? It might be difficult. Actually, they are quite simple. 2 identical rectangles. That means this DEFG is exactly the same as ABHG. Exactly the same. Okay? Identical. So they overlap each other. To form the figure below, overlap means what? There is an area that is repeated. This CHG is a repeated area. okay? But they tell you BC equals to CH. What does that mean? BC equals to CH, that means there is a point, this is a midpoint that they're cutting down, isn't it? Because they are equal, so that means BC is equal to CH. That means they're cutting down the midpoint. And what do you see? You see that if this is the midpoint, and this cuts from one point to another over here, it will tell you that CHG is half. If CHG is half, it will mean C something G is also half, which means if you cut this up, you will also get half, which means this rectangle over here can be cut into 4 parts. And because they are the same rectangle, if this can be cut into 4 parts, DEFG can also be cut into 4 parts. And this CHG is one part of the 4 parts in DEFG. What does that tell you? The rest of the remainder over here outside this shaded part of DEFG is 4 minus 1 is 3 parts. Okay, so if that is 3 parts, this is 4 parts. I add this 4 plus the 3 outside, I get a total of 7 parts. Okay, because they're overlapping. So this one is 4, I cannot add 4 plus 4 because this area would have repeated itself, isn't it? Because they overlap, right? So I minus out this 1 from DEFG, I get 3. 3 plus 4, I get 7 in total. So what is that one part that is shaded? What fraction? 1 over 7. Okay? You can pause this video to try this on your own. Okay, basically what you need to do for this kind of question is spot the smallest unit, right? This is made up of 5 identical squares. I hope you can see that. So this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you see that? This is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. 5 identical squares. Spot the smallest unit. The smallest unit will be this one. This is the smallest that is drawn over here. Okay, so how do you get that smallest unit over there? So you might think that, okay, if I cut this here and I cut this here, voila, 1 square, I get 4, the smallest unit over here. So I need to make all of them the same size in order to make it very easy for me to count how many is shaded, isn't it? So if I cut all of them up into this same size, each square is identical, each square is 4 parts, okay? So I will have 5 parts of 4, 5 squares of 4 each. 5 times 4, 20. I will end up having 20 parts, okay? So how many is shaded then? I will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So therefore, what is the fraction that is shaded? 9 over 20. Pause the video here and try this on your own. The rectangle shown below is made up of 30 identical squares. So there is 6 here times 5 over here, 5 times 6, 30. What fraction of rectangle is shaded? And you'll be thinking, wow, how do I know? This is oddly cut. This is what size and this is what size and this one move here. No, don't worry. What you can see is that this is cut into half, isn't it? And how many squares are there over here? 6 times 3. This is 18. And half of it is shaded. That means 18 divided by 2, there's 9 shaded squares. You see? And out of this 9 shaded squares, there's 30 squares. So what is the fraction that is shaded? 9 over 30. Simplify, divide by 3, divide by 3, 3 over 10, final answer. Okay? Right? So, fractions, questions, paper 1 questions are not that difficult. All you need is just some exposure. I hope this will help you score some marks in paper 1. Click notify, click subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.